What a difference a week makes. My name is Iain Black, and I'm running to be the next leader of the BC Conservative Party. I spent most of the last 3 days in Vancouver and Surrey meeting with 35 or 40 up and coming business leaders, and then a ton of time in Surrey in the last few days, meeting dozens of business owners and citizens from across that south of the Fraser down right into White Rock. And I really appreciate everybody's time, and their engagement level is just so wonderful to see. But here's the shift that I wanted to flag for you versus even a week ago. Everybody's still very concerned about DRPA, and they should be. The mess that the NDP has created on this one is very, very real and really worrying for everybody. They asked me for my assurance, which I gave them, that I would immediately repeal DRPA. That would be the first act of the government, as well as Section 8.1 of the Interpretations Act. I've gone a step further, saying that I would immediately engage the other premiers in this country to open up the Constitution and see if we could get the agreement necessary to put the phrase excluding private property rights into Section 35 of our Constitution when it comes to Aboriginal rights and title. But after that point is where the conversation shifted. People are talking about risk. Because what's different is that we hadn't lost 20,000 jobs about a month ago, which we now have. We hadn't had another credit rating downgrade by the government's mismanagement that's now costing us an extra $6.3 billion a year, according to Global TV. And we hadn't had Iran bombed and the subsequent increase in our gasoline prices to well over $2 a liter. Risk is becoming the question of the day. And for the members of the BC Conservative Party, the question is becoming increasingly clear. Can you risk supporting a candidate to lead this party, get the caucus on the same page, and lead us into the next election who's never been elected to public office before? Can you take that risk? And can you take that risk with somebody who has not sat at the cabinet table or the treasury board table, who isn't ready to be premier on day one? And the answer is increasingly, we can't take that risk. I'm loving the conversation. Thank you for the engagement. We'll see you on the road. Follow the links, join the party, and vote for me to be its next leader. And together, we will get British Columbia back on track.